So Cheryl Reeve has been talking about the upcoming CBA in the WNBA, and this is something that is important because Cheryl Reeve is a coach. She's not a player. Her salary's irrelevant to all this. And it's funny. Do you remember the way I said I was like, even when they got the 800k and the 1.1 million potential, I'm like, they don't have to accept it. I'm like, they definitely shouldn't accept it when it's not guaranteed. But I'm like, this has to be like a starting point. They have to be like not that far off. They have to be able to find a way so that they're not that far off in salaries. And then it comes out, Alexa Philippou is like, I specifically said, the players cannot come out and say that this is a slap to the face. Or a slap in the face. I'm like, because it's not. Whatever you think about the CBA where the players deserve more, it was not, like, the number that was there, it was put forward, was not a slap in the face. It cannot be enough, and that's fine. That's up to the players to decide. But it's not a slap in the face. And it's straight away Alexa Philippou goes, she posted about, or she talked about how, what the players were responding. Or like one player said it was a slap in the face. I would guess it was Satu Sabali because she's the one who uses that phrase constantly about Kat. She can't stand her. But obviously, the Associated Press published a report, yada yada. That was 8 days ago at this stage. But Cheryl Reeve, well, obviously, sorry, this is Alexa Philippou said, I'm hearing the players in WNBPA do not feel like this proposal moves things forward. That was such a weird one because everyone thought that was a guarantee. And if you look at the numbers came out, this report, you see a maximum salary. The issue is the players and the NBPA seem to have this proposal that does not meaningfully actually apply to the request of a revenue sharing system. Like, first of all, I don't think it's going to happen. But I've said this. I don't think there's going to be a revenue sharing system, but I think there has to be a flat number that is above, basically way above what the WNBA want to pay. There has to be a flat number that's too good to turn down. And my prediction is probably around the 1.2 million guaranteed. Could go up to 1.2. Maybe 1.2 guaranteed, going up to 1.5, 1.6 million potentially. Like that's probably how it is. But Cheryl Reeve, this is a big one here. Sentiment from Philippou made it clear there's still a lot of work to be done by the two sides. However, a stance that Minnesota coach Cheryl Reeve shared during what appeared to be a fan event for the draft lottery this week should spark some positivity. After speaking about the upcoming draft prospects, Reeve said, I think things are progressing. So you all know progressing with the CBA. Everything that's happening is normal course of business. Per a TikTok post from someone here. Hopefully it lets me watch TikTok because I don't think I'm logged in on this computer. Hopefully it lets me watch TikTok. But Reeve is as smart as it comes in the women's basketball community, so her confidence bodes well for the league's future. And like, I think everybody knows. I'm pretty sure Rebecca Lobo said something along the lines of, like, it would be the league shooting itself in the foot. I think we all are in agreement that, like, the WNBA.
Excited to see you all. You guys kind of winding down a little bit from the last season. Right? We're kind of just found some peace. And we're excited. We've got the Stud Buds out in LA.
Yes.
They're locked in. I've been texting with them. They're locked in. Courtney's been negotiating what would happen if we get number one. We'll see what we get in exchange. No, but we're excited. Obviously, getting the number one pick always means a lot for a franchise. And just know that this draft, unlike in some of the other drafts, there's not necessarily a generational player.
I mean, she's not wrong. Like, Awa could be, but that's probably it. But at the same time, like 2019, Fee wasn't meant to be generational, and she's not generational, but she's still a perennial MVP candidate. The word generational is thrown around too much. Like, I think you can make the argument that Caitlin and Paige both are. Caitlin definitely is. You can make the argument that Paige is. But, like, Aaliyah being generational. I heard Ryan Howard being generational. Heck, even fucking, at this stage, Juju. Sarah Strong, maybe. But that's about it in college.
So there's no obvious number one. On the way over here, Oliver was reviewing who the top 5 picks in the...
Crazy fun. Lauren Betts.
Lauren Betts. Who else?
What's it, Floj?
Floj. To be fair, I think I called her Floj once in the same.
Floj Johnson, yeah.
Floj. Olivia Miles.
Has anyone mentioned our fam?
From Spain. Yeah, Spain.
Spain. Our fam.
The Spain. They were like, they were from Spain. The Spain. We have the Spain.
Hey, pretty good education. Good.
We don't need to know history.
We don't. So we're excited, obviously, at the opportunity.
You are. Oh, thank you.
As you know, well, I'm sorry, you're the number one pick. Prior to getting to draft in April, obviously we have a long way to go. I think things are progressing, so you all know, progressing with the collective bargaining agreement. Everything that's happening is normal course of business. They will get a deal done. Very, very confident in that.
So that is big. Cheryl Reeve basically saying they will get a deal done. That is obviously extremely important. It's extremely important that they get a deal done because it's extremely important for this league. Because let's be real, it's a funny one where people are like, when there's loads of people, it's like, for me, it's like, oh yeah, you need this CBA because your career is over. I'm like, man, I'm a cockroach on YouTube. My career is so far from over. Like, I'll find another thing that I'm kind of interested in. I'll talk about that on the internet. Like, Mick Talk Swift might be a thing. I'll just become a male Swiftie and just make Taylor Swift videos all the time. That'll boom. But yeah. Nah, like, look, at the end of the day, it's like shooting itself. They're pretty much shooting themselves in the foot if no CBA happens. And we all know it's very likely that there's a season at this stage. The players now have too much money to lose. Like, it's now at the stage where more like 60 to 70% of the WNBA will make way more money in the WNBA than they do from their overseas or in rivals or Project B salaries. Like, people think Project B is a minimum 2 million. No. Like, Mai Yamamoto, Lee Mang are not making $2 million a year. Whatever players they have just as roster fillers, they might be making $100K a year. Sophie Cunningham, Nneka Nwumeke, Alyssa Thomas, Kelsey Mitchell, they're all probably making $2 million a year. Jonquel Jones, Camille Cardoso, maybe half of that. But they're all making big money. But the players just kind of that are there. There's going to be plenty of players that are just there. Like, I don't think they're going to give $2 million to Leo Phoebish. I don't think they're going to give $2 million to Maureen Johannes or Janelle Salon. Like, they're not going to give them that crazy money. There's going to be a trickle down. But because there's no salary cap, if Caitlin wants $15 million, they'll give Caitlin $15 million. If Angel wants 15, they'll probably say no, you'll take 5. But these players can get paid more at the end of the day. It is, but look, it's an interesting one because, again, outside of the star players, 800K is more than they're making unless you're in Project B, 800K is more than they're making in any other year. And like, that is, I'm just saying, for players that used to make 65, 70K in the WNBA, and then they go overseas and make 80K. And over the course of the year, because again, these teams cover all their living expenses, they pocket that money. So pre-tax might make 160K for the entire year. And then that pre-tax money goes from 160K to, if they keep playing overseas and they make a minimum in the WNBA, that goes to 400K. Like, that is a life-changing increase in money, because that means, if you're smart about things, in women's basketball, if you have a 4-year WNBA career as an end-of-bench player, you've bought your house, if you're smart about your money, you've bought a house, you've set yourself up in a really good way for life, and you've set yourself up like an athlete. Whereas, in the past, if you had a 4-year WNBA career and you were a minimum player in those 4 years, you pocketed, like you would have made way more money if you were, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of just a random job. If you were an accountant, you would have made more money. But now, at least with this new CBA, it's like players with this new CBA. If you have a 10-year, notification. If you have a 10-year WNBA career at any level, you're probably going, and you're smart with your money, you're probably set for life. Whereas previously, if you had a 10-year WNBA career, you're almost certainly having to work a job the rest of your life. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. See you guys.